has a right to be confident there.
So just to remind you of the format again, we will play Aztec Arabia War, then a home map of the loser of the first game, home afterwards game number 3, home map of the winner of the first game, and the fourth map will be the Viper's home map to give him the advantage because he is coming from the upper bracket. The fifth game, if we go to a fifth game, will be WSVG map pack.
Map and pack, that's correct, sir. Here we are, first game of the finals. Here on the left with the blue color is going to be the Viper playing with Aztecs, no huge surprise. On the right side we've got Mr. Yo with the red color playing Aztecs as well. Aztecs War it is going to be. Do keep in mind, both players have got 1 restart each. And we did see Reed sort of regretting calling the restart on the first game, just the match before against Mr. Yo. But let's start with the maps. I'm right now on the point of view of Mr. Yo, scrolling a little bit around. Seems to me like this gold is a little bit bad, but I will let Mr. Jordan, expert commentary right here next to me, let us say something about the maps.
So the gold is a bit more forward for Yo, but it's still decent. You can see his map is really closed, so just some walls and he will be really safe. So I'm pretty sure he will go for Drush and just wall himself up and just play it from there. I assume he will fast castle because that's kind of the meta game. But personally, I really like the map of Yo.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty much every time Aztec Sword has been played this tournament, we have seen a Drush FC. I do remember one game in Bagti versus Mr. Yo, where Bagti actually went quite forward with a couple of men-at-arms and villagers. But that was the exception.
And
let's try
one
to
game we had before, exactly the game before by Mr. Yo, but let's see about the Boar steal
Here we go,
first.
the first Boar steal is on the way. Mr. Yo sort of walking in the wrong direction. Now he's taking the right path. So he is trying to steal Viper's Boar.
Yeah, Viper is noticing it, so
Viper notices
he's
he's
to block it.
going to try and intercept the way of Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo stopping there, doesn't quite get hit by the Boar. So nice thing by him. Viper really chasing this closely, making sure he can block the path. This is so hard for Yo to actually. This is quite nicely done. Mr. Yo not giving up. Let's hope for him.
Okay, so that's really bad now. The eagle is... Okay, now it's fine. It's fine again.
Yeah, he has to be in the middle of those to increase the distance so that he doesn't follow the red Eagle Warrior here. Let's see, Viper just not getting all the time in between. He is doing the right thing, but Yo taking care of his Eagle very well there.
It's so much easier to get a Boar steal with an Eagle Warrior, isn't it? Viper now trying something else, going forward in front of the Eagle Warrior. And this is a very narrow passage here. This could be his opportunity to try to stop the Boar lure here from Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo doing this nicely as well.
And he's not getting any Boar hits, so great control by Mr. Yo. And as we can see, not having any lag really helps him in this situation. But the Viper, did he see the Boar on the left-hand side to return the favor and getting the Boar steal on his own?
He didn't see it just yet, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to try and go into his point of view. If he goes now to the left, he will be able to see it. That's a very far away board, to be fair.
But he will go there. He will go there, I think.
We'll have to wait and see. He was...
But Mr. Yo doesn't see the Boar either. So most likely Mr. Yo thinks the Viper is maybe trying to steal the Boar as well, or is at least trying to get it, and he's building houses in front of the way. So not the best Boar for Mr. Yo as well.
We're going to go into his point of view. Indeed, he cannot see the Boar. Viper was just missing it for a couple of tiles too. And going back to the other side. So it looks to me like Viper will sort of have to give up on that Boar. So it's going to end up Viper having 1 Boar and Mr. Yo 2 and not 3. So I guess that's less horrible. Something really good here for the Viper. There's 2 sheep missing still. And it does not look like Mr. is going to find them. Viper's going to try and chase the Eagle Warrior. That Eagle Warrior is still on very low HP.
Yeah, but I think he will go back and will try to deny a Boar getting gotten by Yo. But he actually isn't getting a Boar right up front. Mr. Yo was thinking, okay, there has to be the Boar. But he actually only built a house and lost 2 sheep.
Yeah, and these walls sort of indicate that he will not try to get that Boar. He's just accepted this fate, and he thinks he has lost a Boar. He didn't actually, but of course he cannot know that. Is this a big thing, Jordan, for Viper to only lose a Boar and not actually give it to his opponent?
It's obviously a disadvantage, but he's still fine. Like you could see that Yo was kind of messing up his build order. He had a lot of idle villagers under the town center, so he just wanted to take advantage to take the Boar, and just like also mentally it's a huge thing. But I think Viper is fine. He will set up his economy nicely. So, and he also stole 2 sheep, so it's still. And he's obviously in a decent spot.
Decent spot here for the Viper. This
Ooh,
lure's a little bit
unlucky.
unfortunate, making sure one of the villagers cannot gather any food from that deer. He's gonna bring one more villager, eventually starting to take the food from there. Is this going to be a mill? Yes. So he will
Yo
make a
found
second
his
mill.
boar now, so it is indeed not only 2 against 1 boar, but 3 against 1 boar now.
Yeah, so it's really a nice setup for Yo.
And Yo is going for a fast fuel, and it seems like he will defensive archer flush, as it seems.
Oh, it's really interesting.
Oh, I don't like this mighty
Yeah, I
cap
guess
at all.
Viper will be
God.
able to spot this on time. He can see gold is being taken.
Oh
with
no,
2
you see
villagers.
now 3 villagers getting offensive by Mr. Yo, and I think the Viper will be able to see it or maybe even deny it with his militia because they will face each other pretty soon.
I'm pretty sure
Here
the
we-
Viper already knows what's up. He's also walling himself, and he kind of feels. Oh, he's gonna spot the
Yeah,
villagers.
he
That's so
should be able
huge,
to
that's
see
so
this.
huge.
He should be able to see this and
he-
just.
But he didn't
Ah,
actually
he didn't
see them.
it. Oh my
I
god.
just messed it up
so
a little bit.
huge.
Sorry about that. He just missed them for a smart second, for split
Yeah.
second right there. He also missed the militia for Mr. Yo right there. As far
So
as I can see, he's going to try and get something here on the right side.
He's walling heavily.
going to try and wall. These are some huge walls right here on the top side of his base. The villagers from Mr. Yo are not quite there yet, so he probably won't be able to get in. I'm assuming that he will try to drop a tower somewhere around these
And
walls.
when are we seeing the Viper walling like 1/3 of the map? A huge amount of palisade wall, using 3 villagers even in Dark Age.
Yeah, but he has to go for it because he wants to be safe. He just wants to push Yo away as long as possible, so it's the right move to go for.
Yeah, but I don't see how the Viper ever is able to defend this. M&A now knocking at his door.
Yeah.
A tower by Mr. Yo up front. He's trying to buy himself some time, building a second layer of palisade wall, but maybe even trapping a villager if he isn't taking care. And this would hurt his economy quite a bit.
Oh, indeed,
Yes,
he
exactly.
just trapped one of his villagers right there. He doesn't react fast to this. Could be losing one because the tower is up.
Yeah.
That is not
Oh, and now
going
the
to
palisade
happen.
wall isn't even at 250 HP, but he has to be left at 170 and
the
losing a
villager
villager.
is
Oh, that's very
dead.
unlucky.
That's really bad, so he will definitely go for archery ranges and stay in feudal.
Yeah.
Try to fend it off.
Yeah, could this start go any worse for the Viper?
Does he have any
It's-
gold? Is that the
okay.
question? Is he
Yeah.
on gold? He's not on gold, is he? I don't see Viper
No, he
on
doesn't
gold
have
at those points.
And he has 0 gold himself, so he sees gold spots being offensive. He's sending his militia back and walling the whole map, even having idle villagers at the mills. So having so much food and not really enough wood, no gold. I think it's looking very bad for the Viper.
Let's wait and see. He's bringing back his militia back home, making sure they will be able to help him defend the
well,
man-at-arms
it's gonna
rush.
be- oh.
Is it going to be open? He needs to react really fast.
Yeah.
It is nicely done by the Viper. Right on time. He's trying to do the best he can. Maybe with 5 militia against 3 men-at-arms, that might just be enough to make sure
Yeah.
Mr. Yo is going to walk away.
But remember, they will stay militia all that game long because he's not getting any gold spot. Look at his map, no gold spot in his base.
Exactly,
This could be
but-
quite hard for
But
him
up
to...
in the front, he has a gold spot, so I'm pretty sure he will go there right now.
Let me see. We do have a gold right here, just as Jordan mentioned.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Viper at
bunch-
the left-hand corner, he's trying to scout with the villager. Left side corner at the very end there. Exactly, now we see it. And he's trying to find that extra gold spot, but he's not seeing it, and there is none.
There is no gold there.
Yeah, but-
Correct. He's
Yeah.
trying to drop a second archery ring, still lacking the gold. I think the only possibility would be to go for this one right here, Jordan.
Yes,
Yeah.
he will go for it. He was just scouting with his villager if the 3rd gold was in the back, so he would have gone for that one. So now he saw it isn't there, so he decided to just go for the forward one. So Yo is playing really nice. Like he's putting on a lot of pressure. He's towering now,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the Viper can do now is just defend.
Yeah, and Viper needs to delete those 2 farms, right? That not more villagers will die.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's
exactly what
he's doing.
happened. Yeah. So Viper has to be careful. Like Yo can wall really easy, and also he's building gold units, so he would be up faster. So Viper has to be like also try to deal damage to his economy, to Yo's economy. and try not to take any damage.
The Viper has now 500 food, but very little on gold. But he will get a lot of gold because he has like 10 villagers on gold now. So I think he might go for kind of a reasonable castle time on his own.
Yeah, he definitely will. Like, he won't stick to feudal too long. He tries to fast castle as soon as possible and then take it from there. That's just how his playstyle is. But also, can we check Yo's economy? So I wonder what he's look like. Yeah, it's okay. But Viper is definitely setting up nicely. He kind of expects Yo to wall, I think.
Yeah, he's full stone walling. He doesn't have many villagers on gold at this point.
That's
I would have expected to see a couple more villagers on gold at this point.
We have a hole over here. Look at
yeah,
this.
that's
He
true.
overchopped the wood, so if the Viper is ever getting the aggression and is getting military up front and is trying to pressure Yo, he could even get into this wood line.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to see where the Munitas are going now and if they can manage to get in. We'll see. Because I think, oh yeah, Yo just noticed,
Yo just saw it.
Really
Just
nice.
seeing
It's
it
good to
through the
let
way.
this happen for sure.
Very nice. So Yo is set up really nicely, positional.
Yeah, absolutely good position. I think he has not enough villagers on gold to go into a good Expo army just now, but he can obviously adjust to this and just send some.
I actually think, well, he put a lot more villagers now, so I think he's still trying to build archers and go for expos in Castle Age. Because I was thinking with a little amount of gold villagers, he might go just for boom and forward siege workshop just to put on the pressure, but he aimed to go for something else. So it's now about reaching castle as fast as possible, and let's see how the game will evolve.
Military numbers very similar by both players. Mr. Yo almost just about to click up the Castle Age. Viper is going to be a little bit delayed, even going to build a market to make sure he can buy his way up to Castle Age. Indeed, he's buying a little bit of food. Only a little bit of food missing. There we go. Castle Age going a little bit later for the Viper. Only 15 seconds, no big deal. But let's see how will this fight play out here. Viper's only left with skirmishers. They do not have the defense upgrade so far. Misty has got both the upgrades, attack and defense. So it looks to me like Viper needs to walk back a little bit with these skirmishers.
Yeah, absolutely needs to retreat because he still needs all those units. He does not have a lot of units, and those are very weak, like the weakest units in the game. Normal skirmishers and militia, you cannot do much with them in Castle Age anymore.
Okay, but that's gonna be a nice fight.
This fight's going to be very important. He's microing better. Men-at-Arms
Viper
are gone.
is owning this fight. He's doing such an amazing job. He split his militias to kill the skirms from Yo, and that's what he did. It's really nice.
He needs to snipe the archers now because he does not want to fight against the huge amount of expos, and it feels like Viper is taking a very good fight, and
Yeah.
Yo needs to retreat or he will lose every single one of his units.
Yeah, that was perfectly played by Viper. So he managed to reduce the army count of Mr. Yo before he
Oh,
reached
and now
Castle
even
Age.
the Viper anticipating what Yo was trying to do,
Oh,
but
he's
he's
not
missing the
watching,
army.
he's not
Oh
watching.
god,
Oh
not
god.
trying to patrol, and the right click just missed Mr. Yo, getting some hits on, and even help from Gaia. I think Viper is getting kind of a good game, although he had a bad map.
Yes, it's he's doing it really well. Like he was in a really bad position, but right now he's crawling his way back in. So I'm pretty sure he will go for a siege workshop now to get rid of the towers, and also try to add town centers as fast as possible just to get his economy going.
And look at all those upgrades. Both players getting +2 attack, crossbowman, bowsaw, and the Viper even going for elite skirmisher. So I think we will see a lot of more fighting into Castle Age.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's try to understand what's going to
Oh, that's
happen
gonna
here.
be
Missy, you had a
hard.
whole lot of crossbows left right there on those archery ranges. Viper garrisoning all his villagers around the farms, running away with the villagers on the wood. Needs to hide all those villagers for Mr. Yo, or he could be in a big whole lot of trouble
Wow,
right here.
great reaction time and
That
great.
was-
Look at this. He only lost one villager. Lesser players would have lost like 10 to 15 villagers there and even would have been GG. He saved each and every one. Obviously, he now has a lot of idle time, but I think that was a great reaction in a very bad situation.
That was
for the Viper.
that was perfectly a risk
Executed,
management.
absolutely,
Yes,
yeah.
it was amazing. He reacted in time. He made the right decision. He will only lose like 2 villagers maximum, so it's really nice.
It takes a lot of courage and a lot of ambition to actually just tell yourself, let's move away all those villagers, otherwise I'm gonna lose them. Even though if to do that, I will need to idle my economy a whole lot. He's doing really well so far, trying to micro away those skirmishes. I did hear a siege workshop going up here. Here we go, right there in the front. We would expect to see a mangonel coming out of that one very soon.
I expect the ram, to be honest.
Or
But let's see.
ram.
Because just to get rid of the tower, it would be better to get a ram.
Trying
Now
to
the
trap
Viper
here,
even
Yo.
splitting his units, trapping all the army of Mr. Yo, and Mr. Yo now needs to fight because he can't do any more damage, and the
Yeah.
Viper clears out everything.
So
They
right
had
now,
points, so everything is looking
Once.
so right now with a defensive, Viper would be in a really great position. But the thing with Aztec is you can lose your army in cap stage, but still have a better economy. And then in Imp you just crawl, you like own your opponent. Opponent. No, I got the word. Yeah, because of the Eagles, they don't really need a lot of economy, and that's really important. And Viper will try to have, try to kill the economy of Yo.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go. One ram on the way. He will try to get rid of those towers right there. The military count is now in favor of the Viper by a whole lot. The villager count, on the other hand, is in favor of Mr. Yo. That's 63 to 51, quite a large advantage. Let's try to understand the number of TCs. That's 2 for the Viper. That's 3 for Mr. Yo. That sort of explains a little bit what's happening. Viper just missing right there. A very good spot to try and get a few kills from Mr. Yo.
Yeah, and take a look at the middle of the map. Those ghost spots are so exposed. Some great micro by the Viper, splitting all his army, even sniping a Mangonel standing uphill and killing the archer. Let's take a look more to the top, and those gold spots are so exposed. The Viper has basically no real defense, but he has an army superiority, and he needs to keep that, because if he isn't killing a lot of villagers from Yo, he will lose early info for very sure.
Yeah, so Viper really has to watch out and try to do damage, but Yo is playing perfectly. He's defending himself with walls and just try to go for economy as fast as possible.
One more
So-
turn than he needed to do, and that's the GG. Mangonel getting it on the other way with a skirmisher, so everything is alright for him. I want to take a look at Viper's got a 3rd TC by now. No, only 2 TCs at this point.
Already
Yeah.
15 villagers ahead.
Yeah, he was trying to place 1 TC right there. Unfortunately for him, Mr. Yo was there with a couple of crossbows himself, ready to deny that TC, but really nicely done by Viper, avoiding losing a couple of villagers. Well, until now at least. The other one is gonna be dead, and Mr. Yo is on his way to Imperial Age.
Yeah, he has a great economy. He has 3 town centers going, he has a lot of villagers. Like, he needs 10 more villagers and he can pump out eagles all the time. And that's what he's aiming for. And Viper's invested a lot in army, so his economy isn't really that strong. And that's gonna be really, really tough for him to defend the upcoming attack from Mr. Yo.
Yeah, the Viper walled quite a lot of the map, now getting a lot of stone on his own. Mr. Yo soon be able to build a castle, and it feels like the Viper wants to go for one on his own, maybe trying to secure this extremely open gold spots here.
This is quite smart, though. I can see him changing into man-at-arms. That means he will be trying to do those long swordsmen to try and stop the Eagle Warriors. How effective are they against elite Eagle Warriors?
Well, obviously, Castle Age units against Imperial Age units isn't too great, although they're kind of the counter. It feels like the Viper needs to accept now that he has to stay in Castle Age, try to defend, try to get his own eco up, and survive till he gets the eco to go Imperial Age.
Exactly, because Viper realizes that Yo is up and he won't ever be able to reach that Imperial Age timing, so he just has to go to unit in Castle Age and just try not to take any damage. So it's a good choice by him, but it's still gonna be really tough. Especially Yo is doing a really nice move by collecting stones, so he will be able to put up a castle and just use the castle for the forward point to secure the map control.
And I feel like the castle is on the
Oh
way. I'm just
God,
trying to
such a
understand
good
where is it going to be. This is the perfect spot for Viper to stop and try to counter it with a couple of crossbowmen. Here we go. He's bringing the Eagle Warriors. Those are about to be elite Eagle Warriors, and only man-at-arms from the Viper to try and stop that. I'm not quite sure if that is going to be enough. Nice,
Really nice move.
nice piece of stone wall right there from Mr. Yo, making sure the villagers won't be hurt by those men-at-arms.
Yeah, really nice move by Yo, and I think he will finish the wall, so he most likely will be able to get the castle up, and that's gonna be an amazing castle. He has such a great position there.
Controlling both stone spot, as we can see, will be able to get out all the important upgrades, Garland Wars, Conscription, getting out traps, so much map control, and the Viper is having problems against castles in Castle Age for very sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I really want to see how Viper is trying to deal with that. It's not like Yo is playing 1 TC all in. He's having a really great economy back at home, so it's gonna be really tough for Viper to come back into this game.
He needs to shut down all the eagle ratings, but how are you shutting down all your eagle ratings if you're still open and eagles are hitting your eco? I don't see him doing that too cost efficiently.
Yeah, there's like almost impossible.
There's an opening right here. Mr. Yu is gonna take the advantage on that opening, trying to go in with a couple of eagle warriors. Once more, Viper just moving away all his economy to make sure he won't be losing any villagers. Unfortunately for him, feels to me like he's idling his TCs a whole lot. Mr. Yo seems to be all the way across the map. Those longswordmen are doing the job for now, but I do fear for the time where Mr. Yo is going to come in with a whole lot of more elite eagle warriors. And that's what it's going to start hurting the Viper.
Yeah, and the Viper, obviously, he wants to fight with his longswordsman now all the time, but he still has +0, +1 upgrades, so not the greatest. And he only has like a couple of farms, like less than 30, so he does not have the great eagle that he needs to have to hold off all the units incoming from his hero.
He got only 2 TCs as well, Jordan. At this point, I would have expected him to see at least 3 TCs for the Viper, only 2. And most of them are idle or losing villagers. This is a really hard spot to fight for this moment.
Yeah, I think he didn't add a third TC because of he invested so much resources into his early army. But it's like you have 2 choices: either you go for economy or for army in Viper's position, because the buildings from Yo were forward, so he kind of had the option to do anything he wants. And Viper just had 50-50 chance, and
Now the longswordman getting a nice kill there, killing a killing the town center, trying to be built by Mr. Yo, and even getting some villager kills on the stone and on the gold. So this is a nice rating from longswordman by the Viper.
yeah, he's doing a really nice job, and he kind of manages to not take any like huge damage.
So look at his
base,
villager
so-
count. He lost
Oh yeah,
quite a
that's
lot of
a
villagers
huge
already.
thing. Yeah, you need in his position he would need like 100 villagers to be able to come back from Castle Age to fighting the Imperial Age opponent.
Shouldn't he be like walling all the maps so that not a single eagle warrior should be able to wall get into his eco?
And that's the GG call. Viper's not going to even going to
GG,
try it. He was only on 2 TCs. Losing that TC right there was going to make it even more hard for him. And that's it. The game starts really well for Mr. Yo, getting the first win right here. Really
that's-
nicely job.
That's really nice, actually. I was expecting Viper to win those games 3-0, but you're leading 1-0. Yeah, you're leading 1-0 now.
Oh, the camera just what?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
We are back here.
Ah,
We're
okay.
back here. Tell us a little bit about this game, Jordan. I can make it a little bit further down once more. But tell us a little bit about this game, Jordan. Was it all because of that boar steal?
No, it was not just because of the boar steal. I feel that Viper played a bit too aggressive with his militas, and he could have just anticipated Yo forwarding, and he missed that. So Yo had a nice position on his mangold, and that kind of ruined everything for Viper.